You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, woo, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators down. Woo!
You are watching the leaders in full immersion gaming, and this is the pregame show only on the NBL Network.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome to another edition of the NBL Live pregame show that's brought to you each and every week by our graphics sponsor, Web3KS.com. They do a ton of the overlays you see here on NBL Live, a bunch of graphics for all of our network shows. They're super affordable. So if you or anyone you know needs graphics done for an affordable price, head over to Web3KS.com. They're the leaders in affordable graphic design. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight, folks. Week 17 action. It doesn't get bigger than this. It is a matchup for the division. Winner takes the division. Loser may very well be out. I'm OSU. I'm hanging out with my man, the co-commish Lip himself. Lip, these two guys, Jaguars and Titans, unisolated and sunny. They know each other well. They've already matched up once this year. Jaguars coming out on top, but the Titans win today. They still win the division. And you know, whichever one of these two teams wins the division, the other owner, they're going to get a lot of trash thrown in their face. This is a heated rivalry, and it's going down in Week 17.
Yeah, last game, the Jaguars came out with that narrow point win. That was a game that I said was going to be huge for the Titans to be able to take this division and start a really huge rivalry in the AFC. But boy, this could be real bad news for Sonny because I don't think he's going to be able to make the playoffs at 9-7 if he loses.
He will not. He is out. If he loses, he's out.
That's already decided. There's two 10-6 teams waiting to get in. He's got to win to be able to be in, and that's going to kill him. He's going to act like he doesn't care, but it's going to suck for a whole offseason, knowing that he led a division that he claimed he would never lose, and it was too easy, and he was bored. It's here, and it's real, and he could be out in less than an hour.
And not only that, to a team that I believe he said on Highly Debatable had no chance of making the playoffs. Well, the Jacksonville Jaguars have bucked a lot of those expectations. We'll get talking about those teams in just a second. We've got a lot of fun stuff coming up, folks. If you are a subscriber here on the network, and we're going to draw from our list of subscribers at the end of the third quarter, so we're going to give you a little extra time. Hit that subscribe button. We're going to be drawing for that NBL custom controller at the end of the third quarter. So if you haven't subscribed yet, you want to be entered in that, just hit that subscribe button. If you have Amazon Prime, as Eddie Mars just subscribed here on the network. If you have Amazon Prime, again, connect it to your Twitch account. You get a free sub anyways, and you can be entered for that custom control. We're drawing that at the end of the third quarter. Another fun excitement we have here on the network for the Season 29 playoffs, Lip. This is something that has just sort of come together. We have always broadcast every round of the playoffs. We're taking it to the next level this year. We're going to be broadcasting every playoff game we can here on the network. You're going to be seeing games every night for the next couple of days as we broadcast throughout the playoffs. Lip, we're looking at the Super Bowl being next Saturday, and because we've spread out this playoff schedule, we have the ability to showcase all of the playoff matchups, something we've never really done here on the network.
Yeah, sometimes you have a couple games that you really want to see, but you can only do so much. Sometimes there's one game that is the best out of a group, but we're not doing that anymore. Right now, we're going to have all of them. You're going to be able to see all of these games. And a lot of the time, there's so many epic games that even a lot of our guys go and watch the Twitch streams of the non-NBL Live games. And it's going to be crazy because that's so much action, so many good games, and you're going to get to see them all. I don't even know how to handle it. I can't even react to this. I'm so excited to see this whole week of NBL playoffs.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. So again, folks, hit that subscribe button so you know when we go live. We're going to be doing giveaways throughout the playoffs. We'll still have our conference championship doubleheader, AFC and NFC championship game. You're just going to get to see a whole lot more action here on NBL Live, here over on twitch.tv/NBL Network. If you're watching this on YouTube right now, live, come on over to the Twitch. That's where we're going to be paying attention to the chat. If you want to chat with us, chat with other people, come to twitch.tv/NBL Network. But we appreciate everybody who is watching every game of the playoffs. Going to be live on NBL Live. Should be be awesome, and you're not going to want to miss any of that action. All right, let's get to the game we have today. Again, folks, stakes are this. It's Week 17. The playoffs in the NFC are set. AFC, all depends on this game. Jaguars, Titans, winner gets the division. If the Titans lose, they're out. If the Jaguars lose, the Raiders are out, and the Jaguars and the Steelers will be your 2 wildcard teams. So a lot of teams really watching this one because it has huge implications. Let's take a look at the players to watch today. First on the side of the Tennessee Titans, it's Adoree Jackson, the cornerback. This guy's having a nice season. 4 interceptions, 6 passes deflected. You've seen with Jackson, he's becoming that cornerback that he's not getting the numbers that he used to because offenses are recognizing how good he is. They're just throwing away from Jackson. The Jacksonville Jaguars receivers are going to have a tough time getting yards against this guy, but they're going to have to find a way because the passing game has to get going if they're going to beat the Titans.
Yeah, Adoree Jackson is 4th year out of USC. A lot of people knew this guy was going to be a star, not just because of his cornerback abilities, but also because he's such a great return man. And you're exactly right. That first year he broke into the NBL, had 9 interceptions. Teams really identified him as a lockdown corner. The Titans are very lucky to have him on their defense. He just totally eliminates other teams' number 1 options. That's going to be tough tonight because I think that it's going to be tough for the Jaguars because Adoree Jackson is just so good. They're going to have to find ways to read the other side of the field, read the flats, try to pick on somebody on that defense because you're not going to do it to Adoree Jackson.
On the flip side for the Jacksonville Jaguars, the guy who's going to be matched up with Jackson pretty much all day is Allen Robinson. 1,000-yard season once again for this guy. 60 receptions, 17.8 yards, and 4 touchdowns. This Jacksonville passing game, it's been a little bit of an enigma, Lip, because Daniel Shirley went down early in the season, still not back yet. Jeremiah Wooden comes in. He's been actually very solid for this team. He has led them to a lot of these wins and has kept them in the division race with a win today. And it helps to have a guy like Allen Robinson on the outside. These two are going to have to hook up early and often to get a win today.
Yeah, there was a lot of questions. A couple weeks ago, we talked about how this team could go on a run, and a lot of people instantly said, oh, they don't have their starting quarterback. It's not possible. But then you look at this connection that has been brewing with Allen Robinson. In the last 4 games, he's gone over 100 yards in 3 of those games. The only thing is that they're not really getting into the end zone. Allen Robinson, only 4 touchdown receptions on the year, and 2 of them came in the same game, somehow against Minnesota. So I need Allen Robinson to step up tonight because there's a little bit of an inexperienced quarterback relying on this guy. He's going to be against a tough matchup on Adoree Jackson, but this guy needs to shine tonight for the Jaguars to have success.
Yeah, and we got a great game coming up for you again. It's for the division. This is a personal game, a personal rivalry. Jaguars and Titans. Get your predictions in the Twitch chat. We'll read those throughout the first quarter. Lip, who do you like in this game? I mean, this is a game the Jaguars won. Tight game first time around. Little bit of note, Leonard Fournette not starting today for the Jaguars. He is available, but they're going to hold him out. If they need him, they'll bring him in, but they don't want him to get hurt in Week 17. The Titans, I believe, will be starting Marcus Mariota. There was a lot of talk as to whether or not he was going to start this game. The word we've heard, it is Marcus Mariota. So, Lip, knowing those 2 things, who you got in this battle?
This is going to be tough because I was waiting to see that quarterback matchup. I feel like the Titans were going to play safe and conservative if Taylor was going to be the guy, but now that Mariota's in there, they're going to play the traditional just sling the heck out of the ball, and that's going to put them in a tough spot because this Jacksonville Jaguars defense is a lot better than their rankings. Now, on the flip side, the Titans have a better defensive rankings, but they're not a good defense at all. That is going to hurt the Titans. They're not going to have a lot of time with the ball. That's going to put so much pressure on the defense that they just cannot handle. The fall of Sonny Weaver starts right now. He's just not going to cut it. I'm taking the Jaguars 25-17.
Should be a great game here on NBL Live. We're about ready to send it out to the game. Before we get out there, though, we do just want, from the NBL Network and from everybody here in the Madden Bomber League, we want to send our thoughts and prayers out to the horrific events that happened down in the Broward County area in Florida at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. We know one of our own here, Tout in the NBL, this was his high school, so he's got a lot of friends and families down there. So we just want, from the network and from the NBL as a whole, send our thoughts and prayers. Our thoughts are with the victims and everybody down there in the Broward County area. We're going to send it out to the game, though, guys. Enjoy tonight. This should be a great game here on Week 17. Jaguars and Titans right here on NBL Live.
My name is Rex Dixon.
Craig Stein.
Clint from EA Sports.
You're watching NBL.
You're watching the NBL Network. And you're watching the MBLN Network.
Empty backfield for Atkins. He's going to be dropping back to pass here on 4th down. He's looking deep over the middle. He has a man. It's Brandon Cooks who catches and makes a man miss.
Oh, that's
Woodard is
touchdown.
dropping back. He's got open over the middle. It's
Wow.
Wonder.
That big playmaker
Look
ability
at
as
him
he
go.
finds him again.
Into the end zone. Another
Touchdown.
touchdown. And we are live here on the MBL Network, broadcast number 178, Week 17 action, the last game of the regular season going down right now. And it is a big one. It's the 10-5 Jacksonville Jaguars, the 9-6 Tennessee Titans. Winner gets the division, and we appreciate everybody tuning in here on twitch.tv/MBL Network. Again, folks, hit that subscribe button. If you're one of our subscribers by the end of the third quarter, we'll be drawing you. You'll be in the drawing for that MBL custom Xbox One controller. You don't want to miss out on that one. I'm hanging out today with the co-commission himself, Lip.
Welcome to the network, baby.
Lip, as Jameson Zampino just subscribed over on YouTube. Appreciate the sub, Jameson. Lip, these two teams know each other so well. Is it, when you get into these matchups, division matchups late in the season, does the winner come from the team that does what they have done all season, sticks to the game plan, or do you think the winner tends to come from the team that can surprise their opponent more?
I think that this deep into a cycle, you've played so many games, 10, 15 games against the same person, the same team. It's tough to whip out too many surprises. I think it's a team that really buckles down and really hits on the tendencies that they understand from the other team. Division games are unlike anything else, and that's why this one's going to be so special. So I think that if you just play smart football, I think that the turnovers are going to be big in this one, especially for the Titans. If you just play smart football and really focus on those tendencies, that's going to give you the best chance to win.
Well, Fisher will be starting the game at halfback. He'll lose 2 on the first down. Going to bring up a 2nd and 12. Let's look at those predictions we're getting in the chat. Colbster joining us. Thanks for tuning in, Colbster. 35-27 Jaguars. Pricey Titans 27-24. Double A saying Jags 27-13. Decadog saying Jags by 4. Really split down the middle. Have some predictions coming in for the Titans. I mean, this one, it really is going to be an interesting matchup without Leonard Fournette starting this game. Jaguars don't want him to get injured. They know they're already in the playoffs, but they may need him to come in because they want that division title more than anything. Shotgun formation. Jeremiah Wooden's going to drop back to pass on 2nd and 12. Looks over to the left side as Kevin Lee just subscribed over on YouTube. Appreciate the sub. That was a good throw. Just couldn't come up with the catch. Big hit on the left side. Now going to bring up a 3rd and 12.
And that's the thing that I need to see from them is to make plays. And right there, you can't lead a guy into a hit. You can't have a drop ball. Those are the things they're going to have to clean up if they want to win this game.
Ooh, and another mistake there as that's a false start. And the crowd here in Tennessee, Lip, that's going to play a big part this game in Tennessee. Jacksonville having to go on the road to get the win for the division. I mean, how much pressure is on the shoulder of these Jaguars?
Well, there's a lot of pressure just because of the inexperience of the quarterback. And as we all know, this Tennessee Titans defense is super aggressive. They're going to bring the blitzes. They're going to bring pressure. It's up to that young man to just be relaxed and calm in the pocket.
Wooden dropping back on 3rd and 12. Rush coming. He escapes the pressure, and he's going to launch it to the middle of the field. Has a man, and it's incomplete. Oh, he threw it up. I think that was Allen Robinson going up for the catch. Wooden did a great job avoiding pressure, launching to the middle of the field, but that's 2 throws, 2 drops, and 2 big hits by this Titans defense who's coming out firing early.
Yeah, and that's one heck of a play by the young quarterback, getting out, avoiding the sack as close as it was, and just throwing a ball. It was just hung up there too long. A-Rub could not get both hands on it and come down with the catch. So they're going to have to bring the defense out and start all over.
More predictions coming in. JY saying Titans 34, Jags 21. Panthers fan 234, Jags 31, Titans 24. Kyle, the Flat Killer, Matt Miller has 27-17 Titans, as well. Loading Lunatic has 30-24 Titans. Appreciate everybody tuning in here on Twitch, twitch.tv/MBL Network. 1st and 10 now for the Tennessee Titans. Marcus Mariota under centered on 1st and 10. It's going to be a handoff to Derrick Henry. It's a loss of 1 on the play. Lip, you got to think, with the troubles Mariota's had the last couple of weeks of turning the ball over, the run game is going to be crucial to get going early for the Titans.
Yeah, Derrick Henry, 11, almost 1,200 yards and 12 touchdowns on the ground, but also I think he has over 12 touchdowns, over 8 touchdowns receiving as well. So he's a real big threat in both ways. He actually was the leading touchdown receiver for this team deep into the season, so look for him to be really important down the red zone.
Flag down. It's completed down the field. Let's see what they get him. It is an illegal forward pass, though. Mariota went past that that line of scrimmage and tried to launch it downfield, so it's a loss of down and a loss of 5. Going to move up a 3rd and 16. A mistake by Mariota. Good job escaping the pressure. Good job sending your receiver downfield. Bad situational routes. Got to know where you are on the field.
Yeah, whenever we've seen Marcus Mariota, especially on NBL Live, he's really talented at getting out of the pocket, creating extra time, which has been crucial. We even saw him take the game onto his legs, not into his hands, but onto his legs to win a game a long time ago, and that's what he can do. But right there, he just gets past the line of scrimmage.
And on 3rd down, a very conservative play call, handing the ball off to Derrick Henry. Again, these are two teams who know each other very well. They both know if they get into turnover problems, it's going to be bad news bears for their chance of the division. So a conservative play call, and Tennessee will play the field position game. That one's going to go thoroughly into the end zone, though, and Jacksonville will take over on the 20-yard line. 2 drives, Lip. Not a whole lot of offense, but not overly surprising. These two offensive have struggled in the last couple of games. It seems to be they get going as you get throughout the game, but turnovers have got to be a key for both these offenses.
Yeah, and that's what I've liked right there from the Titans. They made a conservative pass, even though the quarterback was past the line of scrimmage, and then they just run the simple draw, do not throw a pick. That's good for the Titans. That's how they need to play to win this game.
A drag route is caught, broken tackle. Jackson laying the lumber out there, but Wooden finally gets a completion underneath. Gonna get 9 yards on the play. Nice job by Lee, able to break a tackle and turn that into almost a 1st down. Gonna bring up a 2nd and 1.
Yeah, and I think that was actually Adoree Jackson laying that lumber out there.
Yep.
You don't look at that guy. He's only 5'11". He's not a big corner, but he can lay good hits. And he might not be covering the guy, but he's not going to let anyone get behind him, even if they're running after the catch.
Oh, deep pass, looking for the post between the cover 2 safety, and couldn't hook up with him. Jeremiah Wooden a little too excited on that one. Now a 3rd and 1. Lip, usually you'd think Leonard Fournette time, but with Fournette on the bench, I mean, what do you do if you're Jacksonville? Do you risk handing the ball off to Brenton Fisher, or are you looking to throw it again?
That's tough. I like that, though, on 2nd and 1, taking that shot. The kid's just a little bit worked up. It's a huge game. But right now, early in the game, 0-0, you can't throw a pick. I would definitely run the ball in this situation. Just do
it's
not
the fullback. He's got room up the middle. Look at the hole that he got up to the 41-yard line. 12 yards on the play. A simple fullback dive. Tennessee maybe outthinking themselves a little bit. Drop back into that cover 2, and it's a big hole for the fullback.
That is something that I don't think Tennessee was prepared for. Obviously, any time that a fullback rumbles for 12 yards, you had no idea that was coming.
Now a 1st and 10 for the Jacksonville Jaguars. I formation once again. Brenton Fisher at the top of that I. Jeremiah Wooden under center. And it's going to be handoff to Fisher over the right side. He's got some room. Hits his own blockers. And a big hit late on the outside. He'll get a couple on the play up to the 46-yard line. Give him 5. You got to think with the blocking that was out there, Lip, if Leonard Fournette was in the game, I think Fournette's probably still running.
Yeah, on that play, I'd like to see Fisher cut. He could have cut one more guy to the inside and probably picked up the 1st down. But if you're right, if Leonard Fournette's in there, he probably runs that dude over, and he is still running.
2nd and 5, shotgun formation for Jeremiah Wooden. 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers. He'll drop back to pass on 2nd and 5. He looks underneath. Ooh, a dangerous throw. Freeman just sort of sitting on that route. It's completed to Marquise Lee. Going to get 2 on the play. Looked like he had 2 other receivers. That dig route and that seam route were pretty open, though. He took the safe throw underneath, and that actually might not have been the safe throw the way that defense was playing.
Yeah, and you see that right there. The inexperience of this quarterback tells you to take the drag, take the short stuff, and what you assume to be the safe stuff. But the linebacker in that middle zone dropped down on that drag, leaving the dig wide open. Just wait an extra second and hit that dig. you've got a first down and more yards after the catch.
Now a 3rd and 3 for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Ball on the 48-yard line, just shy of midfield. Empty backfield for Jeremiah Wooden. Bunch formation 3 to the right, then one split even farther wide right. He drops back on 3rd and 3. Has a man over the middle. It's complete, but another big hit late. Wooden has got to find a way to find those receivers without leading them into the defenders. Got to find a way to just put that ball maybe a little shorter, get it out of his hands quicker, because that's another play. They had the first down, but the defense comes down, makes a big hit lip. That's, I mean, again, all of his incompletions so far, except for the overthrow, are of that variety.
Yeah, and that's, once again, this guy's just a little too antsy right now, but as long as they're not turnovers, and as long as you're punting the ball and making the Titans go a full, 70, 80 yards, you're doing a good job, and just for now, just playing the safe game, and that's okay, because that might be all it takes.
They gotta figure out how to hit that A button. Gotta possession catch some of these, because they are getting the lumbers being laid by this Tennessee Titans defense, a hard-hitting defense. 1st and 10 now for Marcus Mariota and the Titans. Henry at the top of that play action pass. Mariota rolling out to the right side, throws it back to the fullback on the wheel. Big hit on the outside, but 12 yards on the play. These defenses are flying today, Lip. They're trying to get the big hit that jars the ball free.
Yeah, and those big hits, I think that in a game this tight, somebody might come up with a huge forced fumble that could totally change the game. As we've seen so far, there's a lot of big hits. It's going to be crucial to hold on to the ball for both sides.
And now a 1st and 10 for the Tennessee Titans. As Mariota looking, he rolls out of the pocket, and he's going to slide down just shy of the 48-yard line, near the first down marker, but not quite a first down. Going to bring up a 2nd and inches.
2nd and inches is a good time to take a shot. We talked about that a second ago whenever the Jaguars took that post shot. The pass was just overthrown. But that's what those situations are good for.
Handoff to Derrick Henry right up the middle. He'll get a couple to the 45-yard line. So far, Jacksonville's contained Derrick Henry. 3 carries, -1 yards. And that's going to be big for them, because they want to put this on the shoulders of Marcus Mariota and force him to throw the ball down the field. Now 1st and 10 for the Tennessee Titans I formation. Derrick Henry at the top of that I, 2 wide receivers. 1 to each side. Davis to the left, Montgomery to the right. As Mariota changing up the play as he surveys this Jacksonville Jaguars defense. Watkins going to split out to the right side. And on 1st and 10, it's a play action pass. Mariota rolling out once again, looking. Oh, that man coverage out there is so good, and he bats the ball away. Only the 2nd pass attempt by Mariota. And that, you think that'd be a good play call, Lip. The PA slide, you've got a couple crossing routes, but the man coverage downfield by this Jaguars defense was so good.
Yeah, and that's what this defense brings. But once again, we see Mariota. I've talked about this a lot. We see Marcus Mariota going to the left. I hate that. He's too talented to take to the left. He's got to go to the right side. And that's what I want to see from this guy, because he can make so many plays with his legs.
A huge tackle in the backfield. Henry trying to get outside, one man to beat, and Jake Ryan able to get in the backfield and bring down Derrick Henry for a loss of 2. And now Tennessee's in one of those dangerous little situations. 3rd and 12. This is where Jacksonville, with Jalen Ramsey, with this secondary that forces so many turnovers, this is where they can get a big play here on 3rd and 12. Shotgun formation for Mariota, and movement on the line, going to back him up 5 yards. 2nd false start penalty we've seen in this game, Lip. It just seems like everybody's real antsy to get that division title.
Yeah, both teams are very nervous. We're seeing it from the offensive linemen and these quarterbacks, specifically the Jaguars. That's something that you can't do, and that puts Tennessee in a position now where they're in a position to force the ball, and they can't do that.
3rd and 17. Down goes Mariota. Daniels coming around the outside. First sack of the day for this Jaguars defense, and it's a big one, forcing Tennessee to punt. A reminder, if you're just joining us here on NBL Live, broadcast 178, winner of this game takes the division. If the Titans lose, they are out. So you know there's a lot of motivation on the side of the Tennessee Titans, but so far, the Jacksonville Jaguars defense has come to play here in Tennessee.
Yeah, people wanted to say that this wasn't really a rivalry. The first game was a 3-point win for the Jaguars. It doesn't really matter. But right now, through basically 1/4 of this game, I'm seeing that this defense especially is real, and the Titans are struggling with it. So this is a real team, and I don't think that anyone should joke or discredit them at all, because they are doing the things they need to do to stay right in it and get that division win. And also, that's going to give them the number 2 seed in the AFC.
Yeah, that would be huge. Z-Star in the chat saying Jags look like the better team thus far. So far, yes, the Jaguars have been playing well. They just got to find a way to get into the end zone. It's on 1st and 10. Play action pass. It's going to be a pass for Wooden deep down the middle of the field and underthrows it. And it's Adoree Jackson with the pick. And he's going to try to take this one back. He's up past the 20 to the 15. He'll step out of bounds at the 14. He had the man. It looked like he split the safeties, but Jeremiah Wooden underthrows that ball, and this Titan defense takes advantage.
That's unbelievable, man. The guy made the right read and somehow underthrows it and lets Adoree Jackson undercut the whole thing and turn the ball over. That's just not... First off, that's not even a play that I would like to run, especially with this secondary. Just two guys going out. That leads a lot of dudes to cover two guys.
1st and 10, handoff to Derrick Henry on the outside, and Jacksonville doing a nice job containing Derrick Henry. That's another loss. 5 carries, -4 yards. And Derrick Henry's not having a bad season. 1,000-yard rushing once again, 5.6 per carry, 12 touchdowns. Jacksonville seems to have his number early as we've hit the end of the first quarter. 0-0. First mistake, though. First blink in this staring contest for the division, Lip. It's the Jacksonville Jaguars blinking with that underthrow. Titans looking to capitalize.
Yeah, and like I said, Derrick Henry also has 7 receiving touchdowns on this year. That's almost double anybody else. That's over double what Corey Davis has, the leading receiver. A lot of injuries on that wide receiver core, but Derrick Henry's huge. They just need to figure out how to get him the ball into the end zone.
Marcus Mariota dropping back. He looks to the middle of the field. Oh, all the protection in the world. He finds Montgomery in the end zone. Touchdown, Titans. They convert the interception into a touchdown, and that's sort of the dangerous part of Marcus Mariota, Lip, and as many of the quarterbacks here in the NBL. If you give 6, 7, 8 seconds to make a play, eventually one of these talented wide receivers is going to get open.
Yeah, and that's the absolute benefit to Marcus Mariota. He can get out, and you think he's going to take off, but he just stands there and waits and waits and waits. The big issue there was the middle linebackers never came over. They never moved with the quarterback, and they allowed that pass to be completed for a touchdown. Somebody's got to recognize these open zones whenever Mariota starts moving and take them away.
Bomber in the chat saying the Titans offense is 40% broken plays. Yeah, this Titans team, they're one of the best in the NBL at making a broken play turn into something nice. Now we got to see what the Jacksonville Jaguars can do as a response. Jeremiah Wooden, the young quarterback, throwing the interception on the last play. Right read, bad throw though. Now a 1st and 10 for the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's got 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers. Fisher in at halfback. There at the 26-yard line. Jeremiah Wooden change up the play as he surveys this Titans defense. It's going to be a handoff right up the middle for Fisher, and he'll get a couple on the play up to the 31-yard line. Give him 5. Going to bring up a 2nd and 5.
Yeah, it's very important to get this ground game going. Doesn't matter if it's with Fisher or Fournette. They have to be able to put themselves in these situations, 2nd and 5. You can't throw an incompletion on 1st down. You can't take a sack on 1st down. You have to be able to run the football. And with the aggression that the Titans are going to bring, I think that you should be able to, and that will set up the passes against this defense.
Spartan Zombie 99 joining us in the chat. Welcome, Spartan Zombie. Welcome, everybody who's watching here on NBL Live. 2nd and 5 for the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's a handoff to Brenton Fisher. Goes right up the middle. Cuts it back, gets 3 on the play. Going to bring up a big 3rd and 2. Jacksonville establishing this run game early, but they're going to beat the Tennessee Titans. They're going to have to find a way to get in the end zone. It's just shaping up to be one of those games, Lip, where the Jaguars have really outplayed the Titans, but with no points to show. It sort of reminds me of that game with the Chargers and the Patriots, where the Patriots had 9 points in the first half, but couldn't find a way to win the game.
It's going to take some halftime adjustments as we get deeper in this game. The Titans are going to make adjustments. They're going to keep doing the things that they do, but the Jaguars have to make adjustments. Like I said, be able to conservatively pick up 1st downs. Don't go for those big plays.
Wooden dropping back to pass here on 3rd and 2. Had a man open underneath. Instead, he goes to the outside for Fisher, and he'll be taken down. And they're going to be forced to punt it once again. He had the drag route wide open, running free underneath, but maybe locked in. The young quarterback shook a little bit, throwing that deep interception. He goes to his safety valve too early, and the Jaguars will be forced to punt this away. And talk about a huge opportunity for the Titans here, Lip. If the Titans score here, they get the ball at the half as well, as it's a broken tackle, and the punt return up past the 30 to the 35-yard line or so. A huge opportunity for Tennessee to almost put this game out of reach at the end here of the 2nd quarter.
It's going to be such a challenge because in this previous game that the Jaguars won, Wooden was only 8 for 12 for 86 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. So it doesn't seem to me like he's able to really drive the ball down the field and put the game on his shoulders. So they're going to have to make some kind of adjustment because this game could get out of hand if the Titans just keep running the ball, picking up yards and scoring.
Well, Henry's going to get the carry, bounce off of one tackle. It's going to turn that into a 7-yard gain up to the 43-yard line. Give him actually a full 9 on that one. Going to bring him a 2nd and 1. Derrick Henry's first real big run of the game. Bounced off the tackle at the line, and we've seen now on back-to-back plays, something concerning for the Jaguars. Missed tackles are giving extra yardage to the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah, Derrick Henry is so hard to bring down that you have to get guys to the football, and he just keeps improving each year. I just want to see a big run from Derrick Henry.
Down goes Mariota, the pressure up the middle as Doman gets to Mariota and brings him down for a 6-yard loss. Looked like there, Mariota thought he had something, maybe that out route on the outside, and the coverage showed itself, and Mariota had nowhere to go. A huge sack on 2nd down.
That's one of the problems with the Titans. They get into a groove, and then they try to go down the field, everybody going down the field. You need an outlet. You need somebody to be short to dump it off to, and they just didn't have it on that play.
3rd and 7 as Spartan Zombie 99 just subscribed here on the NBL Network. Appreciate the sub here on Twitch. 3rd and 7, dropping back. It's a screen pass set up for Derrick Henry. That might have been the worst angle I've ever seen taken on any defensive play ever. He was about 4 yards off of Derrick Henry and went for the hit stick, and it gave Henry 17 yards.
Yeah, you absolutely cannot do that. I talked about Derrick Henry has 7 receiving touchdowns. They're not afraid to throw the ball to this man, and he can do things in open space. And when you're not even going to try to tackle him with your head up, getting your shoulders into his hips, it's game over.
1st and 10, Mariota dropping back to pass, looking, he'll toss it underneath to Corey Davis up to the 39-yard line, give him 6 on the play. Mariota 4 of 5 to start this game, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and 4. Tennessee 306 and counting, looking to put more points on the board.
Yeah, Corey Davis has been hurt a little bit this year, but man, last year 1,100 yards, 5 touchdowns. This dude has really grown into such a good receiver for the Titans. They need to be able to get him open and get him the football because he's a freak when he's got the ball in his hands.
2nd and 4, shotgun formation for Marcus Mariota. He drops back to pass on 2nd down. Looking, throws it back over the middle of the field, right over the user's head, and it's complete to Montgomery, who takes a big hit at the 14-yard line. This Jaguars defense, a defense that had played so well against the Titans, so far looking like a middle school team out there the way Marcus Mariota's picking him apart.
That defender was in great position, about 80% of that play. Marcus Mariota just standing in the pocket, and he's got the best 2 tackles in the game. He's got all day to throw, just waited a little bit, and that guy was able to get separation from that linebacker, and they complete the pass.
3 wide receivers over to the left, 1 tight end on the right side of that formation. Derrick Henry in the backfield for Marcus Mariota in the shotgun on the 14-yard line, looking to put more points on the board here over the Jacksonville Jaguars. As Davis now is going to go wide right, putting 2 wide receivers on the left side, 1 over to the right. Henry in the backfield here on 1st and 10. Play clock down. It's going to be hand up to Derrick Henry right up the middle. And see, that's what you do. You wrap up. I wish they did that on 3rd and 7. They did it there to bring Henry down for a 3-yard gain. As we're going to get near the 2-minute warning, I don't think they're going to get another play off. Tennessee, a huge opportunity here. You know they want 6 to put this game a little bit out of reach and put a lot of pressure on the Jacksonville Jaguars.
And that was the absolute ideal defense to run the ball against. They went in a pass-heavy defense, and Derrick Henry just has to run one dude over, and he's probably got a touchdown there. But this is a strong suit of the Jaguars. Whenever they actually try to make the tackles, there's a very good defense, so they have to continue to do that.
2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers. Davis coming in motion from the left side. Boy, they love this play on the goal line. And Davis, 1 juke move, but he's only able to get 2 yards on the play. That's good scouting by the Jacksonville Jaguars. Going to bring up a 3rd and 5. I'm going to keep repeating it, folks. If you're joining us for the first time here on NBL Live, welcome. This game is for the division. It's week 17. We'll be broadcasting every game of the playoffs here over the next 2 weeks, so don't miss out. Hit that subscribe button so you know when we go live, and if you subscribe tonight before the 3rd quarter, you'll be entered into that contest for the NBL Custom Control. We'll draw that at the end of the 3rd quarter. 3rd and 5. Mariota hands off to Derrick Henry over the right side as Royal X Cobra now following as Derrick Henry just followed his blockers and walked into the end zone. The Jags defense, what's supposed to hold this team up, is completely shook as the Tennessee Titans have stormed out to a 2-score lead behind Derrick Henry's touchdown there and Marcus Mariota picking apart the defense.
Derrick Henry doing it again, 13th touchdown on the ground. I think it marks his 20th touchdown on the season in total. But what you've got Taylor Lewan and Jack Conklin on your line, you can be able to do whatever you want. And there was no sign of life from the defense on the Jacksonville Jaguars.
And now the ball's out, it's picked up! I think the Titans recovered that one. They did a huge turnover, and Tennessee looks like they're going to run away with this one as they're on the 23-yard line.
The Titans can absolutely put this game away right now with the inexperience at quarterback for the Jaguars. We talked about it. The hits were huge all night tonight. There comes another one, and there's the fumble that changes the game. Just don't turn the ball over and punch this in, Titans.
Mariota dropping back to pass on 1st and 10. Looking, rolling, running. He's going to run, slide down at the 16-yard line. Boy, let's the usering on the side of the Jacksonville Jaguars lip. What would you grade it on a scale of A to F?
Somewhere slightly above F in what could be said is you're allowing the Titans to do whatever they want.
Yeah, because on that play, that one's completed underneath to Montgomery, minute 4 and counting, and Tennessee's got a 1st and goal. I mean, that one was Marcus Mariota took off for that one, and the user in that linebacker, the linebacker ran all the way to the sidelines. Mariota was inside the whole time. Real bad in the middle of this defense. Jackson's going to have to find something at halftime. It might be Leonard Fournette time if they want a division title, as Derrick Henry carries over the right side. Nothing doing there. Jacksonville not using any of their timeouts. Surprised to see that, considering that the Tennessee Titans get the ball at the half.
Yeah, I think that the Jaguars are just too concerned with they're just too wrapped up in the moment right now. They're trying to make too many big plays and not focused on the little things. It's putting them in this position. They have to make an adjustment, play relaxed. You're already in the playoffs after halftime.
Rollout by Marcus Mariota, looking, pressure's coming, looking, broken play, looking, back foot through the back of the end zone. That's like the Sonny Weaver special there. Roll out to the right side, about 14 seconds of no pressure, and then throw it off your back foot through the back of the end zone.
I think that if he threw that sooner, there was a receiver heading towards the
that B receiver at the pylon. Yeah.
Yes, and if he throws that, I think they have a touchdown there. But I'm not exactly sure what he was waiting on. But I thought that guy was going to be able to be open for a touchdown.
3 wide receivers over the left side, 1 wide receiver on the right side, now putting 2 on each side. Marcus Mariota changing up the play here. Derrick Henry in the backfield, 3rd and goal. Jags desperately needing to keep the Titans out of the end zone as the Titans get the ball at halftime. 3rd and goal. It's Mariota dropping back to pass. 4-man rush, throw over the middle. It's complete to Taylor, but the Jags defense hold him up at the 1-yard line. It's going to bring up a 4th and goal, and Tennessee's going to take the short field goal. Can't go for it on this play due to NBL rules, so they're going to just try to punch this one in from the 1-yard line. An 18-yard field goal attempt. Kick is up. It is good, and 17-0. The Titans have blitzkrieged the Jacksonville Jaguars. A lot of this due to the fact that Jaguars defense hasn't shown up. They should probably come out of the locker room at some point if they want that division title.
Yeah, they're not getting any pressure on the Titans at all. They're letting Mariota roll out, buy all the time in the world, and it's just not working out. This defense is so much better than what we're seeing right now, so I really want to see more pressure because that's how you generate turnovers. Mariota's staring at one guy on most of these plays. I know it. So whenever you get some pressure, he's going to throw it early, he's going to throw it late, and you're going to generate turnovers, and that's what you need to do because you've got one heck of a hole to dig yourself out of right now.
Well, Tennessee's going to get the ball to start this half. Jaguars defense is going to have to make a play at some point. 17-0 your score. Again, folks, this game for the division, the AFC South, we will be broadcasting every game of the playoffs starting tomorrow night. So don't miss that one. Hit that subscribe button so you know that when we go live, you don't want to miss any of the action. Follow us on Twitter at Bomber League so you can see the matchups and when that schedule gets released. That'll be figured out tonight once we know the teams. This game, very much part of the AFC playoff race. This has been a crazy race down to the finish. As 17-0 your score. Jacksonville only 35 total yards. Tennessee has held the ball and has done whatever they want. 1st and 10 for Mariota and the Titans. It's a play-action pass. Mariota's dropping back, and down goes Mariota for the 3rd time. Doman's 2nd sack of the day. And Lip, if you were talking to the Jaguars before this game, you said, man, your team's going to have 3 sacks already, and we're not even, 20 seconds into the 3rd quarter? They'd be thinking they're winning this game. Instead, they're down 17-0.
Yeah, and that's actually, you can say that that's a good job by Mariota. He usually just throws that ball up, tries to force it, and that's where the turnovers come over. Right now he's playing smart, taking the sack. That's what they need to do.
Oh, there's the first mistake though by Mariota. It's picked off, and it's a lot of room on the left side. The Jaguars get a big play on the defense. You saw the man coverage, the C route, and look who it is. Jalen Ramsey with the pick, and Mariota makes his first mistake, bringing the Jaguars back into the game.
He was staring at that guy the entire time, and why on earth would you do that with that man matched up on the receiver? That is what the
Jalen
Titans
Ramsey
do.
fellow's quite good.
I think I've heard of him doing a good job a time or two.
It might have been a tabloid, I'm not really sure. Leave it to Marcus Mariota to make that throw, and now it's a 10-point game. Getting the ball at halftime turns out to be great for the Jacksonville Jaguars, who get the big play on defense, and it's a 10-point ball game. If I could bet all the money in my pocket right now, which is about 36 cents, Lip, I'm going to guess they're going to just come back out and throw the ball again.
Oh, absolutely. You've seen Derrick Henry. He's had a good run or two, but nothing more than just 5 or 6 yards. They're going to keep throwing the ball.
Oh, Mariota in the shotgun. Play action pass. Mariota dropping back to pass on 1st and 10. He'll just throw this underneath. No cornerback anywhere near Smith as he's able to get up to the 32-yard line. Give him 6 yards to play. That was A.J. Boye on the pick as J.Y. doing his best job just to show me up in the chat. So shout out to J.Y. for that one. Somebody ban him. Can somebody just kick him out?
Well, still, that's a heck of a good number 2, and like I said, you're staring at that receiver the entire time. Boy, is not a corner you want to test, just like Ramsey, and you see exactly why. He picked 6'd him.
EA Smoke joining us in the chat said, just got here and my speaker's lit up. Yeah, you're going to want to turn that down. I'm really sorry. That one's totally my fault. As the handoff to Derrick Henry over the right side, and the bottling of Derrick Henry continues for this Jacksonville Jaguars team. 10 carries, 15 yards for Henry as Grant Doman. What a job this guy's doing in the middle of this Jaguars defense.
I'm actually surprised because the Jaguars are really playing pass-heavy defense. They come out in their quarter and dime defenses a lot, and they've really bottled Henry up. 10 for 15 doesn't sound like Henry against these kind of defenses. They need to really rely on their man-to-man coverage and make Mariota throw interceptions like we just saw.
And Montgomery took the screen. It was well blocked on the outside, and he's able to fight forward as he runs through his own blockers, get just enough to get the first down. While we have a moment here in the third quarter, I want to give a big shout out to our graphic sponsor, web3ks.com. You see that overlay on MBL Live. They have a big part to do with that one. If you or anyone you know needs graphics done for affordable price, hit up web3ks.com. They're the leaders in affordable graphic design. Play action pass. Marcus Mariota looks over to the right side, and that should have been interception number 2, as that one well covered. The man coverage so far by the Jacksonville Jaguars has been fantastic. It's been when they drop back into zone and only rush 3 or 4 that this Jaguars team gets picked apart.
Yeah, and that's a huge mistake to me because you've such a talented secondary, and you actually have a very good pass rush, so you need to be bringing 4 or 5 guys all of the time. Dropping back like that, I don't think is going to get it done. You need to make Marcus Mariota panic.
Handoff by Derrick Henry, taken down from behind, but he'll get a couple on the play to cut this to a 3rd and 4. And another opportunity here, Lip, for the Jaguars to get off the field on 3rd down. That's been something the Titans have done a great job of converting these 3rd downs.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Mariota's never been the patient, take the sack, take the smart throw kind of guy. He's really doing a good job of it right now, aside from one play. The Jaguars have to make a play on defense to help their young quarterback and offense out.
Montgomery coming in motion, 3rd and 4. Mariota dropping back to pass. Looking, waiting. Pocket collapsing. He's taking off. Another horrible user on the left side. And it's a 1st down for the Titans as Mariota using his legs to get up to the 49-yard line.
There is the danger once again. All of this time in the pocket, it's just unbelievable that this talented defense isn't bringing more pressure. Because whenever you throw Marcus Mariota off, that's how you get him to throw picks and win games. But they're just not doing it. They're letting him use his legs way too much.
Now Henry on the outside. Look at him shake off the tackle.
That was violent.
That was just absolutely uncalled for as Henry gets 7 yards on the play. Going to bring up a 2nd and 3. Again, folks, end of the 3rd quarter, we'll have that drawing for the NBL custom controller. Hit that subscribe button if you want to be a part of that drawing. And again, we'll be giving out those NBL gift packs with that controller. Shirts, hoodies, all that stuff. We'll give out 3 of those in the next 3 months. The earlier you subscribe, the more entries you have into that contest. 2nd and 3, handoff to Derrick Henry up the middle. He's taken down to the 43-yard line. And look what we we have again, Lip. A 3rd and short here for the Tennessee Titans. The Jags defense have to make a play if they're going to stay in this ball game.
2 plays ago, they come out with the Titans had 1 wide receiver. The Jaguars defense came out in a pass-heavy defense. There again, 1 wide receiver. They go cover.
Oh, it's the monster formation. It's the monster formation. The formation that
Sonny Staple.
The Sonny Staple. He loves it. Oh, he's gonna take a timeout. He didn't like it anymore. I know he plays in the same division as you, Sonny. He knows that you're gonna come out with the gimmicky formation, and he base aligned and was ready for what you were to throw at him.
That's exactly what you get in these division games. Had that been an out-of-division game, you might not have known that the Titans really love that formation and those plays that come out of that. The Jaguars were ready for it, and it forced the Titans to use a timeout and call a different play.
3rd and 2 for the Tennessee Titans. He's got 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side. Mariota in the shotgun, Derrick Henry to his right. 4-man front for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Taylor's going to come tight. They're going to put 3 wide receivers over on the right side. Bunch them up here. 3rd and 2. Mariota dropping back to pass on 3rd down. Will he get a pass off or will he run once again? Look at all the time he has. Look at all the time he has. He set up a table. He's making breakfast, and it's an incomplete pass down the field. Mariota didn't take off, but he did a great job because I think he killed the clock in the pocket all the way down to the 2-minute warning.
That was unbelievable, the amount of time. How does this guy throw 37 interceptions when he's got all that time, all day to throw?
Well, this is a long field goal, a 60-yard attempt. The kick is up. It is online, and yes, sirree, it is good. It's extended to a 20-7 game. The Jags defense finally gets off the field, really in no part to what the Jags defense did, though. That was just Marcus Mariota. He should have absolutely just taken off and taken his 2 yards. Instead, he launches it down the field, and now we get to see this Jags offense, Lip, an offense we didn't get to see a whole lot of in the first half.
No, they were very afraid to throw the ball in that first half, and now it's very tough because they've been on the sidelines for all of halftime and all of the 3rd quarter up to this point. It's going to be tough. They have to start throwing the ball down the field. You can't be scared. You can't take all the short stuff because that's kind of what the Titans are ready for because of the inexperience at quarterback.
Yeah, now we'll see what the Jaguars do here with the ball. See what Wooden does. Again, Leonard Fournette on the bench is available. He has not come in yet. 1st and 10. It's a quick out route to the outside. And, Allen Robinson has some room on the outside. He's up to the 35. He'll be taken down at the 31-yard line. A quick out route, a little juke move, some bad tackling, and a 1st down for the Jaguars as they quickly get on the other side of midfield.
Allen Robinson's still such a talented receiver. You saw that juke move there. Very good with the ball in his hands. And that's what I need to see more of down the field. Get the ball to that guy and let him work.
Pistol formation. It's Wooden dropping back to pass once again. Rolling. And he's going to take a page out of the Marcus Mariota handbook. And Tennessee's going to take a page out of the Jacksonville Jaguar usuring school of ineptitude as a missed tackle. And Wooden gets up to the 19-yard line. It's a 1st down for the Jaguars.
Great play by a young quarterback there. Do not force the ball. Take what the defense gives you. Beautiful job.
1st and 10. It looks like they're setting up a little screen, 1 to each side. I don't know if he picked the right one, the wrong one, or that just shouldn't have been called whatsoever, as it was a cross screen. The zone coverage, though, is in great position as Fisher is taken down for a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, that's just a good defense against that play. You can't help that. If you're going to bail on the cross screen, you have to hit that swing route a little quicker because by the time that ball got out there, there was a defender making his way downtown and just broke up the play.
Yeah, that's a tough play. If you recognize it late, it is so tough to complete. 2nd and 12 for the Jaguars. Wooden in the shotgun, minute 27 counting in the 3rd quarter. He's got the man coming in motion. And it's a play-action pass. It looks like they're setting up something. He's rolling to the outside. Quincy Anua brings him down. It's fumbled, and it's picked up by Jones, the big boy, trying to get downfield. Allen Robinson running them down from behind. It's a fumble recovery as the young quarterback Wood in the 2nd fumble by this Jacksonville Jaguars team makes a mistake, and Quincy Anua has his fingerprints all over it.
Quincy Anua is one heck of a defender. I think he was Defensive Player of the Year for the AFC last year. Such a talented outside linebacker, wrecking offenses. And that's just a mistake you can't have by a young quarterback.
Hand off to Derrick Henry right up the middle, trying to find something going. He'll get 4 on the play to the 42-yard line. Bringing up a 2nd and 6. And if Jacksonville, looking for their first AFC South Division title, the question's going to come up. I know that they absolutely don't want Leonard Fournette to get healthy. They're looking for a deep run in the playoffs. As on 2nd and 6, going to be handoff to Derrick Henry, bounced it to the right side. First down, big hit, but he holds on to the ball up to the 33-yard line. I mean, Lip, do you question the decision by Unisolated to sit Jackson, to sit their star player, their engine, Leonard Fournette, in a game for the division, and now with a loss, they're going to be matched up in the first round against the number 2 seed, as opposed to maybe having that number 2 seed?
Yeah, it's a tough call because Leonard Fournette has such a horrible history with being injured. I totally understand it. You're already in the playoffs. Just keep your guys healthy and let yourself go on a run. I think, though, the opposite side of that, they really needed that first round bye, in my opinion, to help get them a good start to their run on a Super Bowl. But they just don't have anything right now. They're totally flat because they have nothing on offense.
Well, it's a handoff to Derrick Henry on 2nd and 6. Nice job rolling with him to make sure he got the extra yards up to the 25-yard line. And then we got 3rd and 1. Yeah, if they do end up losing, if the Titans close out this game, as we're going to hit the 4th quarter and the Titans have a huge 3rd and 1, they will be matched up in round 1 with the 3 seed, who will be... It may actually be these Tennessee Titans once again. It looks like the first 1 seed in the AFC is going to be the Chargers. The 2 seed with a Jaguars loss will be the Cleveland Browns, and then at 10 and 6, the 3 seed will be the Tennessee Titans. The 4 seed will be the Patriots. So I believe the Jaguars should get that 5 seed. So they'll be matched up with the Patriots in the first round. But that just sets up for just bad news down the line. You want that first round bye. Now a 3rd and 1 for the Tennessee Titans. Ball on the 25-yard line. Mariota under center. He's got Derrick Henry in the backfield, bringing Montgomery all the way over to the left side, setting up the I formation. Mariota under center. We've begun this 4th quarter. We'll draw that name in just a moment for that NBL custom controller. 3rd and 1. The play has been changed about 4 times now. Not killing any clock. They just hand it off to Derrick Henry. And Derrick Henry does what Derrick Henry does. Breaks tackles and gets 4 yards and a first down.
Derrick Henry is such an impressive player. Be able to break off tackles and pick up first downs. And that's what I'm really glad that they decided to run the ball there, because if they just keep running the ball, when they pass, they are very iffy at best, and they could generate turnovers, which would create a possible comeback for the Jaguars. Keep the ball on the ground, please. Derrick Henry's so good. Keep the ball in his hands. He's not going to let you down.
Looks like they're setting up this little screen over to the right side. Nope, they throw to the slant. What a smart play by Mariota, but Montgomery puts it on the ground, and the Jaguars don't recover it. It had so many players around there, and Corey Davis comes running from the other side of the field and recovers that one. This Jaguars team completely unprepared to play. The Titans are out-efforting them on every facet of the ball game.
Yeah, that was a great read by Mariota. The screen was taken away by man coverage. The guy in the slant had him beat. Big hit by the Jaguars, and they just aren't mentally there. They're not in this game. I think they just said, we're in the playoffs. We're just going to finish this game and go home, because they could have picked up the ball, and then the game is totally wide open, and now I'm not really sure they have a chance.
Yeah, this game is going to be run down. We just drew the name for the winner of our NBL Custom Controller Week 17. We'll be doing these giveaways throughout the playoffs, so again, hit that subscribe button so you can be a part of the giveaways. The winner of that NBL Custom Controller is Lil Fish 1494, part of the grid. Congratulations, sir. We'll be getting in contact with you as the toss play to the outside to Derrick Henry. He's got some room. Nice ankle tackle made. 2-yard gain, going to bring up a 3rd and goal. But Lil Fish 1494, winner of that custom controller. One of our promotion teams will be getting in contact with you. Congratulations. And again, hit that subscribe button so you can be a part of all the giveaways. Lip, every game in the playoffs broadcast here on NBL Network. It's going to be absolutely bonkers. I will absolutely be dead by the end of it.
I think that if we made it through that 12-hour stream for the EA Access tournament, that we can do this week-long playoff stream. It's going to be absolutely, I can't even describe it. The words aren't even going to do it justice. It's going to be so much fun. I can't wait to see every game, and I'm so excited. Congratulations to Little Fish too, because that controller is going to be so fun to use. It's beautiful. I'll tell you that.
Well, the Jaguars do hold the Titans to a field goal, and it is still technically a 2-possession game, but the Jaguars are running out of time. They need to get something going, need to score quickly, and then get a turnover, something like that. 4:01 to go here in this game. The kick is away. It's going to be taken just shy of the 10-yard line, about the 7, up past the 10 to the 20 to the 25. Juke move, and he's going to keep going past the 30-yard line, and that's where Jeremiah Wooden and this Jags offense, you can't really fault the Jags offense. The pick by Wooden was a bad underthrow, but they just haven't had a whole lot of opportunities, Lip. They've been a lot of their defense has done nothing to stop these Tennessee Titans. Yeah,
it's very tough. The Titans know that they don't have Fournette. They're just trying to take away the short stuff because that's what they know all Wooden can do, and it just has not allowed the Jaguars to do anything.
Well, they hand the ball off on first down, and Brenton Fisher gets a whole lot of nothing, maybe a yard on the play. Going to bring up a 2nd and 9. Stick with us to the end of the game, folks. We'll have our selection for our NBL Live Player of the Game here for broadcast number 178. You can check out all of our Player of the Game selections on our website. That's at 365.maddenbomberleague.com. You can also apply to the NBL if you're interested in joining the ranks of the NBL. Apply there, 365.maddenbomberleague.com. Shotgun formation for Jeremiah Wooden. Movement on the defensive line. It's going to force a little bit of a movement on the offensive line. Give him 5 yards on the play. Does it seem like there's no sense of urgency from the Jacksonville Jaguars? It seems like they're not even trying to get down the field.
Yeah, there's absolutely none. I understand it. You have a young quarterback, but you've had him in there for several weeks. He should know this offense by now. You've got to be a little bit more in a hurry because the Titans just have such a big lead.
It's a first down to the 42-yard line. Again, Wooden just sort of working underneath. They're going to have to hurry up. 3:22 and counting, folks. Winner takes the division. If the score stands, the Tennessee Titans will win the AFC South. They'll be the 3 seed in the AFC. The Jacksonville Jaguars will be the 5 seed, the wild card, matched up in the first round with the New England Patriots if the score stands, but there's still a lot of time left. 1st and 10 for Jeremiah Wooden. It's a handoff to Brenton Fisher over the right side. The play calling has gotten suspect by the Jacksonville Jaguars. They run the ball once again. Going to bring up a 2nd and 6.
Yeah, and in that first matchup, whenever Wooden was 8 for 12, 86 yards, you really saw that he wasn't comfortable throwing the ball downfield. High completion percentage, low yards. He's not really comfortable throwing the ball downfield, and we're seeing that. They're not going to force it. They're not really interested in really being urgent right now.
Run right up the middle by Wooden. He'll get to the 48-yard line, get a first down. 2:46. Again, no hurry-up offense, Lip. They're just not in that much of a hurry to score. Do they know that there's not a 5th quarter?
I don't think that they think that. I think that they've already checked out. They might have already been checked out before the game started because I haven't seen anything from the offense that shows me that they really wanted to be here.
Play action pass, Wooden dropping back on 1st and 10, rolling, launching, looking over the top. Boy, that should have been interception. That was a bad throw by Jeremiah Wooden. Gonna bring up a 2nd and 10.
I hope that this team wanted to play conservatively and wanted to appear dysfunctional, because if they're going into the playoffs with this game plan and this kind of focus, it's going to be bad for them in the playoffs. I know that this team's a lot better than this, which is why I feel like they may have just tried to not get injured before the playoffs, especially with the Leonard Fournette decision. I'm very upset with how they've played today.
Fisher coming in motion from the left side to the right. Looks like they're setting up that screen that the Titans did. It's a pump fake. They look down the middle of the field, and Jeremiah Wooden had a man all sorts of open and sailed that bad boy. Incomplete pass. Going to bring up a 3rd and 10, and let's just say this. I don't care what seed they get. The way the Jacksonville Jaguars have played today, this team is not making it anywhere near out of the first round the way these guys have come together today for a division win against a division rival, Lip. I don't know about you. I have no confidence in this Jags team.
Yeah, my confidence has absolutely dropped below the floor. Had a wide open guy there due to lack of defensive coverage, and you just flat out miss him. I cannot believe it.
3rd and 10. Wooden dropping back to pass. 3-man rush from the Titans. Rolling, stepping up, and he'll go down. Doozable with the sack on the right side. Gonna bring up a 4th and long. 2:12 to go. Not even a hurry-up offense. The Jaguars just sort of lackadaisically out there. They know they're in the playoffs, but hey, what was the point of sitting Leonard Fournette, Jacksonville, if you knew you were going to come out like this? Even with Leonard Fournette, there's just not any sort of urgency. No fire in the belly of the Jacksonville Jaguars. 2:04 and counting, 2:03. Jeremiah Wooden play action pass, looking down the field. The rush is coming, looks to the outside, and it is completed the 37-yard line. First down, Jaguars have hit the 2-minute warning.
I hope that I already said this. I don't have words for what I'm seeing from the Jaguars.
It's just baffling. You have a chance to get a I mean, this is a guy, I mean, again, as 1st and 10 for the Jaguars, Wooden under center. Another fake hike gets the defense to jump off sides. That was Jarrell Casey. I mean, this is a guy who, unisolated, loves to talk about how important those division titles are. He loves to see that division title mark on the 365.maddenbomberleague.com. Brag about how he has that division title, unlike a lot of people. You'd think the Jaguars would come out with a little bit of urgency to get the 2 on there. They talk about how much better they are than the Titans, and then they come out here on Week 17 on NBL Live, broadcast 178, and lay an absolute egg, and more than that, they look like they don't care.
Yeah, it's very concerning, especially because you had the chance to get the number 2 seed. If this was going from the 6th seed to the 5th seed or something like that, I get it. But the 2 seed, that's a huge thing in the NBL playoffs.
That pass, not particularly close. Going to bring up a 2nd and 5 for the Jaguars. Still not technically out of it. We are at the point, though, where you can kill the clock under 2 minutes. So if the Titans do get the ball back, you'll see this game move a little quicker here with 1:55 to go. But we appreciate everybody tuning in, both on YouTube, youtube.com/Madden Bomber League, and here on Twitch, twitch.tv/MBL Network. Hit the subscribe button on both channels, folks. All the original programming is staying over on the YouTube, but we're broadcasting on Twitch. That's where the chat is popping. So don't miss out on that one. 2nd and 5, the PAFK quick. That's how you know the playbook has gotten a little thin for the Jaguars, as it's a first down to the 25-yard line, but another 7 yards down the field. And Lip, what you said is correct. 8 completions for 82 yards. There is no attempt to pass the ball past about 5 yards down the field.
Yeah, and that's very concerning to me as this team's going on the playoffs. If you were checking out of this game, you should have used it to try to work on your downfield stuff. I haven't seen anything other than the short stuff, and that's not what you need to get better at. And that's concerning to me moving into the playoffs.
Lucky Jack 1111 says hi in the chat. Welcome, Lucky Jack. Welcome to all the people joining us here on Twitch, here for Week 17 action. Again, folks, you're going to want to hit that subscribe button. You're going to hit that follow button so you know when we go live, because we're going to be having every round of the playoffs. That's right. I'll throw it up there one more time. Every game here on NBL Live. You're not going to want to miss it. Twitch.tv/NBL Network. That's where you can find all of the playoff action. Every single game, every single round. As Wooden dropping back, looking down the seam. That was a bold throw with the tight coverage there. 8 of 18, 82 yards, and the pick. And now a 3rd and 10 for the Jacksonville Jaguars. We're even at the point where if the Jaguars do find a way to score, do find a way to get a 2-point conversion, and do find a way to get an onside kick, I'm still not convinced they can find the end zone once again and get another 2-point conversion.
Yeah, they haven't done it all day. They got the touchdown there from a pick 6 from their defense, which they played very weird on defense, on top of playing very scared on offense. So I don't think there's any way they could score once, let alone twice.
What a tackle there made by his own. That's been the day it's been for the Jaguars. So I think we're pretty much set up here.
Poor Jaguars.
Oh my Lord! Well, the Jaguars will be set up against the New England Patriots. A battle of the underneath routes, as we've seen a couple times on NBL Live. These two teams that work methodically down the field. As Lucky Jack now following here on Twitch. Appreciate the follow. Shotgun formation for Wooden. He'll drop back to pass on 4th and 10. Looked over in the middle of the field and actually threw a ball in a tight window, and it's completed the 11-yard line. Jacksonville uses a timeout. Sure.
I am looking at this situation as a confidence booster. If they can get into the end zone, that'll give them some kind of confidence, maybe see something that works, testing something out right now that they'll want to bring out in the playoffs. Who knows?
Screen pass to the outside and nothing doing there. They're going to try to hurry back to the line. 2nd and 14.
Now they go hurry up.
Yeah, now the hurry up offense, as it's going to be a pistol formation. 2 wide receivers out there. Play action pass. Rolling out to the outside. Rolling. 2nd and 14. Still rolling, throwing, and it's picked off by Ryan. And that's going to do it for this game. Jeremiah Wooden, the young quarterback who's done such a nice job for this team, has, they've really laid an egg today. Jeremiah Wooden, I don't know what you to expect from him in the playoffs, Lip. It gets only tough from here. The pressure only is ramped up.
Yeah, it's very concerning because this guy was well below 50% throwing today, 64% on the season, a balanced touchdown-interception ratio, 11-12, quarterback rating of 88. The guy is just average, but I believe that he has more in him whenever Leonard Fournette's up there, whenever the defense actually tries to play their style. But we just didn't see any of that today, and I hope that they just have a better plan moving into the playoffs, and today was just a little bit of a rest week or practice week for them.
On the flip side, Lip, if the standings are what I'm pretty sure they will be, your Pittsburgh Steelers will be matched up against these Tennessee Titans. Any fear struck into your heart after seeing this game?
I think that we had a good battle early on in the season. I believe the score was 23-20 in the Titans' favor, but we were missing Ben Roethlisberger that week. He is currently fully healthy, and we're excited for that. A little bit of a down year, but Sonny and I have played quite a bit of games against each other. It's going to be a great game, along with all the other games that are going to be streamed throughout the playoffs. All of them are going to be streamed. I'm so excited about that. There's going to be a lot of great matchups to watch.
By the way, if anybody was interested, Jeremiah Wooden in that game had a quarterback rating of 19.5. Solid.
That is devastating.
Well,
you may have shattered this guy's confidence with that heading into playoffs.
Your final score, once again, the Tennessee Titans win 23-7. It's time to make our selection for the NBL Live Player of the Game here for broadcast number 178. Lip, the Titans, Mariota had a good game, made some nice plays with his leg, but for me, Derrick Henry in the second half shut this game out. They were able to hand the ball off to him, and he was able to really dominate the game on the ground. Darren Anua also had that forced fumble that really put the game in the hands of the Tennessee Titans. So I'll give you the choice, Derrick Henry, Darren Anua, or really anybody else that you think deserves player of the game.
I like that Mariota played smart, did not throw so many forced passes, only threw that one pick. But like you said, Derrick Henry was given the ball in the second half to put this game away, and that's exactly what he did, picking up first downs, securing the football. That's really the key to winning this game, was no turnovers, having a consistent ground game, and Derrick Henry was able to do that for the Titans. That's definitely my player of the game.
He's your player of the game. You can check out all of our player game selections over on our website. That is 365.maddenbomberleague.com. All the way back to broadcast number 1, a fun look back at NBL history, all the way back to that first NBL live broadcast. You can also apply to the NBL at 365.maddenbomberleague.com. I'll throw this bad boy up once again, folks. Again, every single game broadcast here on the NBL Network. That is a game a night. You're not going to want to miss it. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that follow button. Go ahead and follow us on Twitter at Bomber League so you know the game times as they are announced. We'll figure out that schedule in the next couple of hours. Lip, it's going to be bonkers here, but playoff time in the NBL, we've had some memorable moments. Some of the best games I can remember came during the playoff time here on NBL Live.
Oh, absolutely. There's going to be some great games. I remember a couple... maybe last season or the season before, man, that Titans-Chargers game was unbelievable. We've seen so many good games, and the fact that we're going to get to see all of them through this season's playoff run, we're going to see some great games. And do not count NBL Live Game of the Year out, because it very well could be happening in the playoffs with all these great matchups.
Now, you don't want to miss it, folks. We appreciate everybody tuning in to broadcast 178 tonight. We're going to get out of here because we got to rest up for the playoffs that are now underway here in the Madden Bomber League. For my co-host, the co-commish Lip, I am OSU. Once again, your final score, the Tennessee Titans blitzkrieg the Jacksonville Jaguars. They win 23-7. The playoffs are set. We'll see you tomorrow night for playoff action right here on NBL Live.